Bakloh, or Bukloh, archaic spelling, is a cantonment town. It is a hill station, 4,584 feet above sea level, in Chamba district in the state of Himachal Pradesh, India. History. Bakloh and Bukloh, Dalhousie cantonment, along with a sliver of territory to connect the two cantonments, was acquired in 1866 from the Raja of Chamba for a sum of Rs 5,000. Bakloh was meant for a Gorkha cantonment for the 4th Gorkha Regiment, raised at Pithoragarh, Uttar Pradesh. In 1857, Bukloh, the cantonment in Dalhousie, was for British troops. Bakloh remained the home and the regimental centre and depot of the 4th Gorkha Rifles, GR, known as the 4th Prince of Wales' own Gurkha Rifles, for 82 years, from 1866 to 1948. 2 Quarters Gorkha Rifles was raised in Bakloh on the 22nd of April 1886. 3 Quarters Gorkha Rifles on the 15th of November 1940. And 4 Quarters Gorkha Rifles on the 15th of March 1941. In 1934, the 5 kilometers long cart track from Bakloh to Tanuhati, on the Dalhousie Road, was converted into a motorable road. The first car, belonging to Captain T.D.C. Owens, arrived in Bakloh in the same year. 4 Gorkha Rifles in Bakloh. 4 GR Centre moves to Sabathu. In the wake of the partition of India, in 1947, the regimental centres of the Indian Army were reorganised. The 4th Gorkha Rifles, GR, Regimental Centre and Depot, GRRC, was shifted from Bakloh, first to Dharamshala, the centre of the 1st Gorkha Rifles, and then to Chakrata, and finally to Sabathu, Shimla Hills. In Sabathu, the 4th Gorkha Rifles Centre was merged with the 1st Gorkha Rifles Centre to become the 1st and 4th Gorkha Training Centre, 14 GTC. In the wake of the move of the 4 GRC from Bakloh to Sabathu, Indian Army Headquarters, in Delhi, on the prompting of senior officers of regiment, was ready to consider locating 1 battalion of the regiment in Bakloh to look after regimental pensioners, property, and widows. The idea of reserving Bakloh for a battalion of the regiment, however, did not find favour with many officers, including commanding officers, and nothing came of it. The main objections raised against Bakloh being designated as reserved location for the regiment was lack of educational facilities and sources of entertainment of big cities. Following the move of the 4GR Regimental Centre to Sabathu, Bakloh ceased to be exclusively a 4th Gorkha Rifles station. The barracks and bungalows of 1 Quarter GR and 2 Quarters GR, eponymously referred to as 1 Quarter and 2 Quarters lines, became peacetime locations for 2 battalion-sized units through which infantry units are rotated every 2-3 years. Battalions in Bakloh equals 3 Quarters GR equals. In 1948, 3 Quarters Gorkha Rifles, 3 Quarters GR, which was in Jammu, was moved to Bakloh to occupy the spare accommodation in Bakloh, as the centre started to move out, while the 3rd Battalion, 3 Quarters GR, was in Bakloh. March General Walter David Alexander Lenten, CB, DSO, better known as Joe Lenten, who was then the Commandant of the Indian Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, Nilagiri Hills, Tamil Nadu, and the Colonel of Regiment 4 Gorkha Rifles, visited Bakloh on his farewell rounds and to be with the 3rd Battalion, which had served under him during the Burma campaign, as part of the Chindat operations in World War II. During the visit, he made a big impression on the young Indian officers. While reviewing the Guard of Honor, he spoke with the men in fluent Nepali, reminisced about the war in Burma, and recognize those who had served with him in the war by their names and, more impressively, by their regimental numbers. 5 quarters GR equals. The 5th Battalion, 5 quarters GR, was raised in the 1 quarter GR lines, Bakloh, in 1963, by Lieutenant Colonel Ranjit Singh Chandal. The battalion, after 3 years in NEFA, returned to Bakloh for a second tenure in 1974. On 5 June 1976, Lieutenant Colonel V. Rajaram, formerly of 3 quarters GR, succeeded Lieutenant Colonel Jayant Pawar as the commanding officer. During its second tenure in Bakloh, the regimental reunion was held. In 1977, after the reunion, the battalion moved to Jammu and Kashmir in 1977. The reunion was attended by a large number of officers, junior commissioned officers, JCOs, and men, including many Indian and British officers who had served in Bakloh before the 4GR Centre was shifted to Sabathu. 4 Gorkha Rifle properties. The 4GR owned several historical regimental properties in Bakloh. These include the 4GR Memorial on the edge of the old 1 quarter GR parade ground, Karate Lines, 1 quarter GR and 2 quarters GR Widows Lines, Mandirs, and the 19th century Sealy Bungalow, which briefly housed the regimental kindergarten, but is now in a state of neglect and disrepair. Senior officers of the regiment have suggested that it be converted into a holiday home. The resident battalion of the regiment is expected to take care of the regiment's properties in Bakloh. In the absence of a battalion of the regiment, the Gorkha Sabha is expected to take care of these properties, for which it receives a small supplement from the regiment. To ensure better care of these and other regimental remains in Bakloh, it has been suggested that these be handed over to the Gorkha Sabha, Bakloh, for better upkeep. Regimental Memorial, Bakloh. A regimental memorial to commemorate the relationship with Bakloh and 4GR, i.e. the home of the 4 Gorkhas, was constructed at the entrance of the parade ground. In 2003, the Cantonment Board, Bakloh, was given the responsibility for its upkeep and maintenance by the General Officer commanding Mountain Division. Since then, doubts have arisen on the commitment of the Cantonment Board to maintain the memorial, and it has been suggested that the Gorkha Sabha should be enlisted to ensure its care and security. Regimental Mandirs. Over the years, 4 Gorkha Rifles has constructed several temples in Bakloh. The first temple, the 1 quarter GR Mandir, was made by the 1 quarter GR in the 19th century. In it are 3 deities, Shiva, Kali Ka, and Gorakhnath. This mandir is maintained by 1 quarter GR and 5 quarters GR. It was renovated in 2012. The first pujari of 1 quarter GR temple was Pandit Neelkanth. In 1890, 2 quarters GR constructed the Kali Ka Mandir, a 2 quarters GR mandir. This temple is currently being maintained by the Gorkha Sabha, Bakloh. In 1923, the Gorakhnath Mandir was constructed, Gorakhnath Mandir reconstructed, and by 2 quarters GRBNCO Col GS Batabayal. 2 IC Lieutenant Colonel Dinesh Sharma. Construction task by 2 quarters GR Assault PNR Place CDR Sub Indra Bahadur Gurung and Unit Jawans DT Jan 2. April 2000, inaugurated by BNCO Col GS Batabayal DT the 18th of April 2000, after reconstruction. Gorakhnath Mandir visit Col 4GR Lieutenant Gen Ashik Chaki, July 2001. This is located on the way to Chilama. Lokeshwar Mandir equals. Lokeshwar Mandir was inaugurated on Shivratri, the 18th of February 1947. in the presence of large number of people. The temple was inspired and designed by Agam Gurung. It was constructed in 1946 with local material, in the Nepal temple style, with three-tier roof, by demolished men waiting to release after World War II. It is located on the path to Dalhousie, below the first four bazaar. The temple contained memorial plaques with names of those killed in World War II. Until the construction of the new regimental mandir in 2008. This was considered the main and the most sacred regimental mandir in Bakloh, used for Sansari Puja. The regiment's centenary puja in 1957 was conducted in this mandir. It was maintained by annual contributions by battalions of the regiment. However, over the years, its upkeep was neglected. It lost patrons because of, amongst other reasons, its relative remoteness. 2/4 GR after it returned from the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, UNIFIL, in 2000, carried out repairs and renovation of Sri Guru Gorakhnath Mandir. The repair and renovation was led by Subedar Major Dan Bahadur Rana and executed by Pioneer for Assault Platoon Commander Subedar Indra Bahadur Gurung. The renovated mandir was inaugurated by Lieutenant Gen Ashik Chaki, Colonel Commandant, 4GR, in July 2001. 4GR Gorakhnath Regimental Mandir =. Despite the many regimental mandirs in Bakloh, in May 2007, it was decided by the colonel of the regiment and the centre commandant to construct yet another mandir. The new mandir, designated as 4GR Gorakhnath Regimental Mandir, was constructed in 4 months from December 2007 to April 2008, under the supervision of Mr. Swaminathan, from Tamil Nadu, and NAIB Subedar Bahadur Thapa, who was awarded a commendation card by the army commander for his work in constructing the new mandir. The new mandir is located above and on the right of the Kalimata Mandir. The new regimental mandir was formally inaugurated on the 22nd of April 2008, with much fanfare, by Lieutenant Gen T.K. Sapru, GOC&C Western Command, in the presence of all the commanding officers, Subedar Majors, and religious teachers of the regiment. Annual Shobha Yatra Every year in April a Shobha Yatra, in which large number of ex-servicemen participate, starts from the Guru Gorakhnath Mandir. The yatra goes around Bakloh, covering a distance of approximately 10 kilometers. From 19 to the 22nd of April each year puja is conducted at the Guru Gorakhnath Mandir, the Sansari Mandir, and the Kali Mata Mandir. On the last day of the puja program a combined regimental puja is held in Guru Gorakhnath Mandir. The format for the puja celebrations is issued by the Commandant 14 GTC as a standing operating procedure. SOP. In addition to ex-servicemen, small puja contingents from each of the 5 battalions and the 14 GTC also participate in the event. These celebrations are followed by a Barakana for ex-servicemen and their families. Cantonment Board. Bakloh Cantonment was established in 1866. It is Category IV Cantonment. The board consists of 4 members, including 2 elected members. Gorkha Sabha, Bakloh. The Gorkha Sabha was established in 1933. The Sabha, for want of office space and patronage, after a year or so of existence, became dormant. In 1953 under the presidency of Honorary Lieutenant Babar Singh, SB, OB, it was revived. In 2008, the Sabha celebrated its Platinum Jubilee. Organization. Majority of the Gorkha pensioners in Bakloh are from the 4th Gorkha Rifles. The Gorkha Sabha, Bakloh, is a representative body of all Gorkhas in Bakloh, including Gorkha ex-servicemen, ESM, and their dependents. The Gorkha Sabha is a sister organization of the Himachal Pradesh HP, Gorkha Ex-Servicemen's Welfare Association, Bakloh. The Gorkha Sabha, Bakloh, has close relations with the Gorkha Sabha, Dharamshala, and the Himachal and Punjab Gorkha Association, Dharamshala, the only other Gorkha ESM welfare association in HP. The HP Gorkha Ex-Servicemen's Welfare Association, Bakloh, is registered within part of the All India Ex-Servicemen's Welfare Association, AIGEWA, Dehradun. Presidents. The first president was of the Gorkha Sabha Bakloh was Captain Ranu Thapa. The Gorkha Sabha since its inception in 1933 has had 19 presidents. Subedar Major and Honorary Captain Gagan Singh Gurung was elected as president of the Sabha on 31 December 2011. He was succeeded in 2012 by Honi Lieutenant Vijay Kumar Gurung. 8gr. Membership. In 2013 the Gorkha Sabha had 483 members. They belonged to 14 regiments and corps of the Indian Army as follows: 1gr 30, 3gr 5, 4gr 374, 8gr 10, 9gr 4, 11gr 5, Garhwal Rifles 2, Jammu and Kashmir Rifles 20, EME 4, Parachute Regiment 5, Signal Regiment 3, Corps of Military Police 2, and Intelligence Corps 5. Functions and expectations. The President of the Gorkha Sabha, Bakloh, as representative and voice of all Gorkha pensioners and their dependents in Bakloh. Interfaces with the regiment. 14 Gorkha Training Centre. The 5 battalions of the 4gr. And the 4 Gorkha Rifles Officers Association, UK. The President of the Gorkha Sabha, as head of all ex-servicemen in Bakloh, is responsible for taking up the causes and interests of the Bakloh pensioners and their dependents. With the AIGEWA, and other civic and government bodies, the President of the Gorkha Sabha attends the annual general body meeting of the AIGEWA, and participates in the election of its president. The Gorkha Sabha is also expected to represent the regiment in Bakloh, and take care of its properties and interests. The Gorkha Sabha, Bakloh, receives assistance and grants from the 4 Gorkha Rifles for the upkeep of regimental properties in Bakloh. The President of the Gorkha Sabha writes an annual report, titled News from Bakloh, which is published in the 4 Gorkha Rifles Officers Association newsletter. The News from Bakloh usually carries a brief account of the work of the Gorkha Sabha, the activities of its members, and its concerns. In the News from Bakloh for 2012, the President of the Sabha noted that Bakloh has been forgotten by the regiment, and that Bakloh is developing well day by day. The Gorkha Sabha leadership has often been faulted for lack of leadership, particularly in motivating pensioners to participate in self-help community projects, mobilizing funds for its activities, and tardiness in the upkeep and securing of regimental properties. A former commanding officer of 2 Quarters Gorkha Rifles, in 2011, wrote that his attempts in the 1980s to improve the conditions of ex-servicemen did not make headway, and that pensioners were reluctant to tread fresh ground and were unwilling to undertake any projects. Another senior officer of the regiment, in 2011, observed that the Gorkha Sabha is a divided house with various stakeholders from different regiments pulling in different directions. Quote, and that the present avatar of Gorkha Sabha is mostly on a begging bowl mode. Aims and objectives. The Gorkha Sabha receives financial assistance from the Government of India for welfare activities, which includes providing stipends and scholarship to deserving dependents of ex-servicemen, and conducting coaching classes and vocational training in various fields. In addition, it interfaces with respective record officers to resolve pension problems, secure financial assistance from the AIGEWA and the Zilla Sainik Board in Chamba, and arrange issue of canteen and ECHS smart cards. Schools. The first school in Bakloh was established by the Gurkha Rifles Centre and Depot for imparting education to soldiers, recruits, and children of soldiers and pensioners. In 1877, the Gurkhas Regimental School had 56 students. The Inspector of Education, in his annual report, noted that the progress was not very satisfactory, and that improvement was expected after the return of the master, who had been sent to Umbella for a course of instruction in the military normal school. Even after the 4th GR Centre moved from Bakloh to Sabathu, battalions of the regiment were never located in Bakloh. As a matter of course, have run primary school for the children of soldiers and dependents of pensioners. This tradition has been continued by units of other regiments. In 2012, 18 Dogras was running a primary school till class 5, Kendriya Vidyalaya. On the Army's urging, the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangtan opened a Kendriya Vidyalaya Central School, affiliated to Central Board of Secondary Education, in Bakloh Cantonment. In October 1982, the school has classes 1 through 12. The chairman of the school is Commander 323 Mountain Brigade. Senior Secondary School, Government Senior Secondary School, affiliated to the Himachal Pradesh Board of Education, is located in Kakira, Chamba, HP. It has a large building and a big ground, which makes it a hub for various activities for the surrounding villages and towns. Demography. The population of Bakloh in 1881 was 1479, 1300 Hindus, 13 Sikhs, 154 Muslims, and 12 others. 120 years later, in 2001, according to the official census, the population was 1810, with an unexplained, adverse gender ratio of 55% male and 45% female. The overall average literacy at 83% is higher than the national average of 59.5%. Tourism. Bakloh has year-round temperate weather, excellent trekking tracks, heritage buildings, charming old bazaars, and temples, yet it gets few visitors. See also the 5th Battalion, the 4th Gorkha Rifles. 4 Gorkha Rifles. Further reading. Books. Boya. 2007. Tales from Bakloh. Anthony Rowe Limited. ISBN 978-1-905200-61-0. Retrieved 20 January 2013. Sodhi. H.S. Brig. RETD. Gupta. Prem K. Brig. RETD. History of the Gorkha Rifles. Volume 4. 1947–1971. Delhi, 1985. The authors of History of the Gorkha Rifles. Volume 4. Are senior retired officers of the regiment. It is a reliable, and much vetted, source on the contemporary history of the regiment and its 5 battalions. MacDonnell, Ronald and Marcus Macaulay. Compilers. History of the 4th Prince of Wales's Own Gurkha Rifles. 1857–1937. 1 and 2 volume. Illustrations by Lieutenant Colonel C. G. Borrowman. 1857. 1948. Edinburgh and London. William Monsieur Blackwood. 1940. 250 copies issued. Mackay, Cole, J.N. Compilers. History of the 4th Prince of Wales's Own Gurkha Rifles. 1938–1948. Volume 3. Edited and illustrated by Lieutenant Colonel C.G. Borrowman. London. William. Blackwood. 1952. 350 copies issued. These are sentimental Raj regimental histories. Despite the motivated historicity of the 3-volume history of the 4th Prince of Wales's Own Gurkha Rifles, these remain an excellent source on the history of Bakloh, the battalions of the regiment, and on regimental life in the 4 Gurkha Rifles, from 1857 till 1948. Masters, John. 2002. Bugles and a Tiger. My Life in the Gurkhas. Castle and Company. ISBN 978-0-304-361-564. Retrieved 20 February 2013. Journals and Newsletters. Negi. Brig. RETD. RPS. ed. 4th Gurkha Rifles Officers Association. Newsletter. India. Number 1–35. In English, Hindi, and Nepali. The 4th Gurkha Officers Association. Newsletters. Is published annually. It has articles and reports on the activities and achievements of the units of the regiment. It also includes news of the 4GR pensioners and the Gurkha Sabha, the representative body of 4GR and other pensioners, in Bakloh and Dharamshala.